listeners, and welcome back to another episode of the Skylight Books podcast series. Happy New Year, happy 2024, and your first Better Than the Movie of 2024. Better Than the Movie is a series in which 3 booksellers meet with a talented guest to discuss books and their movie adaptations. I am your co-host, Justin Remer.
I'm Allan Traylor.
I'm Tyler Austin.
And today, our talented guest is the award-winning screenwriter and novelist, the Twitch streamer, the producer of How to Survive with Danielle and Christine, the cast member of Never Not Funny podcast, the garden squirrel, the pop culture beast.
Man about town.
He is also the first friend I made when I moved to LA. He is Garon Cockrell. Woo!
Hey.
Wow, what an intro. I see you got my bio.
I mean, I had to hit every bullet point, and I got him. I got him. So, yeah.
The multifaceted.
And the scary thing, it was completely from memory, and his eyes rolled back in his head black.
That's my joke. How dare you?
It was just like in the movie.
Nice. So this episode is Allan's birthday pick, which he teased at the end of our last episode. We decided to do Clive Barker's novella CABAL, and the movie it spawned, NIGHTBREED. And we did, most of us watched the director's cut that's available streaming and is sort of like the accepted cut now, rather than the shorter theatrical cut or the bootleg CABAL cut. But Allan,
I went full freak, baby.
I
I got that CABAL cut just straight into my eyes. It was beautiful.
Nice. So this is Allan's pick.
To be clear, I've never been more upset about giving anybody any amount of power than Allan. This is just,
well, I chose this just to anger you, and I think I succeeded.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean,
that's my gift to myself.
Anger, sicken, whatever you want to look at it, it's fine.
It's one and the same.
Yeah.
Just your initial reaction, Garon. What was your reaction to it? Was it also sickened?
No, I'm a big Clive Barker fan, and I actually enjoy the lore of this movie, I should say. I have seen all of the dozen or so cuts or whatever they have. Isn't there another one besides the CABAL cut? Isn't there like a Midian or maybe
I
that's
think
the name
there
of the
is.
fan club?
I'm not even sure if this might have been like a crazy CABAL cut because it was all work print stuff spliced in.
Yeah. There's like a 12-day version. There's so many different versions of this movie. But I liked the book better than the movie. If that's what you really want to know. When we get down to the meat and gritty of it.
We saved that for the end. But
Spoilers.
But I gotta get ahead of it because there's so much. I don't even know how to really explain it, to be honest. But there's so much that is so similar to the book, but it doesn't.
They make very strange choices.
There are some interesting choices.
Some of it's for time; it makes sense. But some of it, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. It's an interesting animal.
Yeah, I agree.
Where would you put interesting choice for Lori being like a lounge singer?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, is this Twin Peaks? What the fuck is this, dude?
I was like, she's working at a bar as a lounge? What is she doing? What kind of bar is this?
Yeah, Buffy and the gang are in the back watching.
I did get a lot of
she's at the bar,
right?
I did get a lot of Twin Peaks energy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so up top, we usually try to talk a little bit about the genre of the thing we're talking about today. We've already sort of covered horror when we did Misery.
We did all of horror. Yeah.
Well, you picked a very special section of that particular world.
Yeah. So
I like freak stuff. I don't know. Can't help it.
I guess we didn't. We covered mostly Stephen King stuff, but we thought we'd get a little bit more niche and talk, because Clive Barker is a freaky deaky kind of guy. We talk a little more extreme, a little more freaky. So was there any titles that when you think freaky or extreme that you particularly like, Garon, that you wanted to sort of champion at this point in the show?
Oh boy, there was a book. I'm gonna forget the name of it. Maybe you guys know this. It's a book probably from the mid to early 90s. I want to say it was like William Johnstone, but isn't he a Western writer?
That sounds like a Western-ass name to me.
But it was about a guy who kept heads or faces in jars.
Ooh.
and it was horrifically violent. And God, I should have looked up the name of it. I can't. I've looked it up to find it because I've never seen it since I had it when I was a teenager. It's sort of like, oh my God, it's gonna drive me crazy. But it's like a detective thing and a horror thing and a serial killer thing. But it was gory as hell. There's lots of face peeling and all that kind of shit. Oh shoot, can we swear on this?
Yeah,
oh,
go for
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you better believe it.
Okay.
We're all adults here.
But yeah, man, you know
We'll
what?
see.
I'm gonna try to find the title of that because what was that called?
Although we should
All right.
keep it clean because Alan, you wanted to have this played in the children's section, right? This episode,
Kids got to know.
kids got to learn about Nightbreed.
Got to learn early. You
You
know?
got to learn about Cabal.
Well, you know, the message is, it's okay to be a freak.
All right,
that's
well,
true. That's a beautiful thing.
Well, we'll move to Tyler if he has any picks at all while you're looking that up, Garon. So, Tyler, do you have
Okay.
any thoughts on this at all?
Nope. No. I mean, I don't know. Well, what would kind of? I guess like creature feature. It would kind of
Yeah.
be the zone this falls in. Like I like the Blob.
I don't
a
know
good
if
one.
I'd call this a creature feature.
Then what would you call
Because the freaks are the heroes ish.
Yeah, but it's like a
I was thinking-
special effects makeup creature.
I was thinking
flick.
more like where the freaks are like the spotlight, like Alex Winter's Freaked, which is
Sure.
another great this is '89, but this is basically a '90s vibe.
Yeah,
all the way through.
it's definitely got the '80s hangover into
90s
1990.
got the '90s horror, which I'm not a huge horror fan, but '90s horror is so weird and overly sexualized that I always kind of liked it. Like this mostly reminds me of Brian Yuzna's Society, which is an incredibly freaky movie.
Talk about body horror,
yeah.
freaky deaky. Yeah.
And also his other one, Return of the Living Dead 3, which is my favorite of that. I guess there's like 5 or 6 of those. I can't
really?
remember. There's one at the Rave, I think. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of. Oh God, no, I think that's a different series. No, it might be actually. I think it's Yui Bowl did like 2 of them.
Oh,
in like the
really?
2000s.
Oh wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure one's at a rave and one's like a spring break thing, and it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, I'm sure at a certain point you just inherit, like you
Yeah.
buy the name and you're just like,
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead at spring break or whatever.
But yeah, I love like
it's also a bit like Neverwhere, if you guys.
Oh, for
remember
sure.
that.
Yeah. It's another
Yeah.
freaky little movie. Or even a little bit like a gnome named Norm that we were talking about the other day.
That's true.
Wait, what?
Oh, dude, a gnome named Norm is a buddy cop film with Anthony Michael Hall and a little gnome.
And if you're
from the
wondering,
underworld,
there's
And
a
it's
G in
awesome.
front of the norm.
Yeah, a gnome named Gnorm.
A Gnorm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
It's great.
Some of my friends talk about that movie. I never thought I would hear anybody else say that.
It had to be me.
title.
It had to
It's
be
Johnny. Justin, you know Johnny. They talk about it all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
me. Yeah.
Well, obviously it's a touchstone.
Yeah.
Also, that book is called Night Mask by William W.
Ooh,
Johnstone.
that's a great title.
Okay.
Okay, and it was William Johnstone.
Yeah.
Night Mask.
One more
A
time.
lot of talk of masks in this film. Secret masks and secret faces.
Yeah,
Taking off the mask.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to think, like, apart from like the sort of like classic Asia extreme of the 2000s and stuff. I was trying to think of other things that sort of were like.
Were you thinking like Riccio?
I mean, that head crush is
Story of Ricky.
is just.
I can't believe that Jon Stewart used that as a clip like all the time. Wasn't that one of his bits? He used like
Well,
a
it
clip
was
from Ricky
Craig
O?
Kilborn.
Oh, that's what
the
it was.
Craig
Yeah,
Kilborn
yeah.
era of the Daily Show. Because like the guys who wrote like the Stoners cult video guide was like the third guest on the Daily Show, and they brought in that clip
Amazing.
of Ricky O, the story of Ricky, and so then the producers were like, great, this is ours now forever. But I was trying to think of my own thing. So and it's funny that I said we covered it all, but actually I thought a little bit about the first Stephen King book I ever read, which was the one that he wrote with Peter Straub, which was The Talisman. And it's kind of got a little bit of an epic journey quality to it with a young man at its center, which made me think of this a little bit. And also he encounters a wolf man and there's weird sexuality and stuff. I really don't remember it because it was literally the first thing I read when I was like 10 and probably should
it
not
imprinted
have
on your memory, so
Yeah,
it's just in you.
Yeah, so like that was all I could fumble for apart from Takashi Miike, Ichi the Killer, dudes' faces getting cubed and like ripped in half and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I would give a quick shout to Stuart Gordon.
Oh yeah,
Kind of occupies a similar space in my brain.
him and Jeffrey Combs together.
Yeah, man.
Always great. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about Reanimator and shit like that. I love those.
I've seen them.
well, I think
Castle Freak.
Yeah.
Castle Freak.
Yeah, Castle Freak.
Oh,
Castle
yeah.
Freak is good.
And I mean From Beyond.
I love From Beyond, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, the remake of Castle Freak, have you seen that?
What?
No.
wasn't
There's
aware.
a remake.
Why?
And it is insane.
Wait, when did it
Like
come
in a
out?
Absolutely
good
insane.
way? Like in a fun way?
It depends on how you like your insanity. In
I like to be
movies, but it
to the
gets-
wall.
It definitely gets freaky and extreme. It came out like 2 years ago. Maybe.
Oh shit! I completely missed this.
It's pretty new. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Looking up on my phone right now. Sorry, carry on.
He's literally
Wait,
looking it up on his phone. All right, so let's move on to the synopsis part of the show, which Tyler usually takes, and I can tell he is gonna love synopsizing this story.
I mean,
and
it
of course
is
we
pretty
can
simple, so
it'll
spare him that.
we
at
can
least.
true.
interrupt him as well, but yeah.
Yes, please. Obviously do. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, uh-huh.
All right, I'm ready. Okay. Well, okay. So
Broaden your horizons, buddy.
Hey, just wait for my birthday, pal.
Okay.
So where do we begin but in a psychiatrist's office on a day like today? Okay. Well, so we have Aaron Boone, which quickly, before we move any further, I don't know if anybody else here knows this. That's the name of the current Yankees manager.
Why would anyone else here know that?
And
but
folk
you?
hero who hit a home run that beat Boston.
When you said you had a story for Aaron Boone, I imagined
So the
something.
entire time I was picturing
My
Aaron
God.
Boone, Yankees manager, eating people who've been murdered and getting shot and bitten. So I hope that does anything. In his
He didn't
beautiful-
eat anyone in the movie. He slurped some blood.
He slurped some blood. That's
Yeah.
true. Well, in the book.
No, in the book.
oh, in the book, yeah. He's chowing down. For sure.
He goes hard.
But in
All
here,
right.
he just sticks his hand all the way down his fucking throat, basically.
Good Lord. So anyway, so Aaron Boone is in a psychiatrist's office with his psychiatrist Decker. And I mean, basically, so he kind of is like basically learns over the course of their conversation. It sounds like he's been put into some trances. Seems like this.
He's been hypnotized.
He's been
yeah.
hypnotized. Okay, and there's recordings, and he's slowly over the course of the conversation is kind of being told that he's committed several very disturbing murders in which people's faces are slashed to fucking smithereens, and he's showing these photos. We're also learning in that like he has a relationship with this woman Lori, and
The lounge singer Lori.
which I don't think is covered in the book.
It's not.
Yeah, no, she has no like life.
Yeah.
she has feelings, but she has no life in
Yeah.
the book.
The book, honestly, yeah, both of their lives are seem much more insular.
Well,
in
the only
book.
people that matter are each other.
Yeah,
And I
right.
think
I mean,
we find that
because I don't think
to be true,
he has a
you know?
job, and then we learn he's like a welder in the movie.
Yeah, dude.
It's like if I wasn't so dirty, and she's a lounge singer.
Oh, the grossest make out of all time. Sorry.
Yeah, oh man, yeah.
She looked like she was in pain.
So Decker's like, I want to confirm that it could definitely be you because you've talked about these murders in your trances. And so he like gives him a bunch of pills that just like are perpetuates it, like knock him out. But eventually he decides, you know what? I'm not going to go to the police. I'm so racked with guilt. I'm just going to fucking throw myself in front of a truck and kill myself. He ends up at the hospital where he meets this guy, Narcisse. Thank you. Who talks to him about this mythical place called Midian that everyone just seems to kind of know about in whispers.
Yeah, you do and you don't,
Yeah, you've heard about it. There's mythical place there.
It's a
the
feeling,
The whole thing takes place in Calgary.
Yeah.
Is this the most famous movie to ever take place in Calgary?
No, probably not.
Anybody got something better?
Where was Curtains at?
Ooh, I don't know.
That's the like lesbian stalker movie, or Or am I thinking of something else? Oh no, I'm thinking of Windows. That's the lesbian stalker movie. I was thinking of the actual windows. And
cover those curtains. Windows up with curtains, and then you got curtains.
Well, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Thank you. Anyway, so Calgary's shining in this picture. So he goes to the hospital, meets this gentleman talking about Midian and how they are going to get there. He kind of knows where it is. The man proceeds to use thumb knives to slash his own face off and try to rip it off to prove himself worthy to our guy Aaron.
Because the whole thing is that he's waiting for the people to claim him so he can go.
Yeah,
right.
And he thinks that because Aaron is asking him questions about it, he's like, this is the test. Okay, I got to prove I'm worthy. /
Yeah, and Aaron's like, no, just let me know where it is. That's really all you need to do.
Yeah, there is a great bit of description in the book where he's literally like, he can't even see the face because there's like a mist, like a red splash zone of blood coming off of him. Yeah. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That's fun. Anyways, he's able to escape, but Decker's on his trail and the police are on his trail. So he tries to get up to Midian. He gets up there. It's this like abandoned ghost town. And eventually Decker comes and reveals that he's the true serial killer. He's the psycho.
Although both the book and the movie are pretty much right away like, he's this guy.
So I was a little less sure in the book. Like, I really had no idea where the book was going. Obviously, now I'd watched the movie after I read the book.
Yeah.
But I do feel like David Cronenberg's performance is telegraphing that this man is pure evil to his very bones. His marrow is evil.
Whisper of rage.
It's wild. Hello, Aaron. Cronenberg, who's incredible.
Yes.
They go up there. They shoot Aaron Boone 10 million times conservatively. Just open fire. And then he walks out of the morgue. They take him to the morgue. He walks out. And so then Laurie begins her quest to understand what happened to Boone. So then she tries to go to Midian. She meets a woman along the way. They get up to Midian. She goes into. Anybody else?
Yeah, this is kind of where it starts to diverge a little bit because, just like different incidents. But in a nutshell, she's sort of like, what happened to Aaron? Where's his body? Who are you weird freaks that live in the cemetery underground? What did you do with his body? Not realizing that he's actually been
claimed by the NIGHTBREED.
Yeah, because
he is NIGHTBREED now.
Because when he first came, before they shot him a million times, one of the NIGHTBREED was like, "I'm gonna eat you."
That's right. Yes,
but he was like, "No, I'm one of you. My soul is filthy. I've murdered so many people." And he's like, "No, you're innocent. I can smell it."
Yeah.
And he tries.
You
to
are
eat him.
not NIGHTBREED.
Yeah, and even though they're not vampires, it kind of works like vampires. So he
sort of, yeah.
Yeah, he gets bitten, and then in the movie there's some great like electrical special effects over the wounds. like only from 1989 to 1994 did electricity look like that.
Yeah. And
that is so true.
Thank you for that. And yeah, so then he has actually been revived, and they show it in the movie, but it's not in the book. Is that then he's like, yes, I choose to be part of the NIGHTBREED. I will live underground with you. I will follow your rules. But like the moment that
immediately breaks the rules.
Oh yeah, they tell him no,
immediately breaks the rules.
Then Laurie comes knocking. He's like, wait, what were the rules? Stay down. No.
Never mind. I don't give a shit.
Hey, love rules all, you know.
And
this is like the Brazil movie for freaks, isn't it?
Okay, well, so Laurie comes back up there. She meets a friend, Cheryl. She makes a friend, right? Cheryl Ann in the movie, I believe.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, she goes up there. Well, but Cheryl Ann gets murdered, and that's a big part of the movie, I feel like, and the book. She gets fucking slashed up.
It's not that big of a deal in the movie.
Cheryl's cool
in the book.
Oh yeah, they give it much more in the book. Yeah, it's true. But anyways, yeah. So she goes to Midian with this friend of hers. But yeah, then she comes back. She saves a baby who's dying in the sunlight, who we've established his name Babette. But then she brings the baby back to the people who can't go into the daylight. It kind of is a lot of vampire rules, isn't it? Okay,
kind of.
And
vampires that listen to like more than one genre of music.
Right. Yes. Then she's released from there. They like let her go. They give her some knowledge of Boone, but she goes. Then she goes back. Cheryl Ann murdered. Then she comes back. Decker's chasing her now because Decker's looking for Boone's body because he has the evidence that could put him away. And then Boone comes out to save her, and then Decker escapes.
Yeah. In the book, it's a little fuzzier why he would ever just want to come back and kill all the Nightbreed and not just Boone. But
in the movie, they give you the world's most knowledgeable service attendant. Who's just like, what do you want to know?
He's like, I wanted to be a Nightbreed and they wouldn't let me. So at least it's almost like that's one of the things in the movie that does feel like a little bit like Clive Barker doing Ramirez. Like, okay, maybe I need to make a little more sense why Decker wants to kill all the Nightbreed now, in addition to silencing Boone.
Yeah. Well, he also has like that small little thing they added in the movie where they added his like hating breeders in general. Like he was like making filth. Like he hates the idea of people making worse versions of themselves. They kind of mention that a little bit. So I think that's kind of his.
Yeah. I wonder
he's like, these are like not human. They shouldn't be making more of them.
I also wonder if that's a studio notice. Like, give him more motivation.
Yeah, probably.
Why didn't they just say he wanted to join? Once he learned of them, he wanted to join them and they rejected him.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why he wouldn't want to join either.
Easiest way to handle that.
And they're just like, no, you're fucking
too
psycho.
Evil for us.
Yeah. I mean, bro, we just eat people that are already dead most times. What you do is fucked up.
You're a little extra.
Yeah.
Way beyond anything we're cool with.
And what's with the fucking mask, man?
That mask is wild.
That mask is great, though.
It's really fucking cool.
So that is something, is that like Decker doesn't just kill as himself. He has a split personality kind of thing. He has a mask that he is sort of like his, the dog to the son of Sam, like it's commanding him to kill.
Yeah.
And it's got like cross-stitch button eyes and a zipper mouth.
Old button face.
Old button face. And in the book, it even is like he does like the cross slashes across his victim's face, like the cross slashes on the buttons of his eyes, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He does that in the movie. We see the first kill of the button face man is an entire family
with Canadian Kathy Bates.
Who's really good. And there's the great moment in that is where she falls and like there's blood on the 3 tomatoes that roll away from her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Clive Barker, you dog.
Yeah.
You got the dog in you, Clive Barker. That's good stuff right there. And so anyways, he murders an entire family, including a child.
Two children.
I thought there was just one.
They
one
say
watching.
like both children.
Oh,
but there's only one kid watching.
Yeah. Well, that's sad.
Yes.
So anyways, it goes without saying. That's even worse now.
So
double the pain, I guess.
So so Cheryl Ann basically is like a new kill. So Decker can go to the police and be like, see, the insane guy is still alive. And so then the police are like, all right, we'll rearrest your
Boone.
They're pretty casual about it.
Yeah.
Most people are casual about every weird thing that happens until like the very end.
To the point where I'm like, do they teach Midian in schools in rural Canada? How does everybody know about this place? Anyways, confusing to me. They come back with a big army.
Well, you have to think of it in like a fantasy thing, right? It's
exactly. I mean,
it's not our world.
It is not our world. That's true. Which I guess is the vibe that like once you pick up on that a little bit in the book and certainly in the movie, you're like, oh, this is like not a reality.
No, it's Canada.
But it is. I mean, it would. Hey, I don't know what goes on up there. That's not my business.
No one knows.
They can do in the wilderness, in the rural.
Yeah.
No, not for me. They come back to Midian, right? Boone and Lori, because Boone saves Lori, they are expelled from Midian.
Yes.
And they go back to the hotel where Lori was staying, where Decker
in the book, she kind of
murdered.
saves him. She like drags him out a little bit too.
Yeah, that's
he's
true,
a lot weaker in the book. Yeah.
He's beat the fuck up. I mean,
he spoke with the god.
There was the whole thing where like he was trying to argue like I should be able to break the rules.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, go talk to the god who's probably going to kill you if you're so butthurt about it.
You're jumping in the fire, my man. Go for it. So yes, she helps them get out, but they are expelled. They leave. They go back to the hotel where Decker has already been and murdered everybody in the hotel.
Yeah, just cannot be stopped.
Ruthless killing machine.
Can I just say real quick, one of my favorite like plays on a like slasher scene is the front desk lady.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
has like the weird custard donut or whatever it is.
The grossest pastry
the
I've
cottage
ever
cheese
seen.
filled Danish that she was eating for some reason.
Next to her upturned diet book that's sitting on the side.
That is a weird, because also, just also the very first family he kills, like we come in on them being like, the dad being like, I like being in fat. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Well, what's Clive Barker saying about this? So anyways.
He's saying it's comfortable being
It's comfortable.
what you are,
Eat, go ahead, eat your weird cottage cheese
No,
Danish
honestly,
with some
that's
fruit on it.
the grossest fucking thing in this movie was that pastry.
It's really
falling on the
hard
ground.
to look at. Well,
it's so juicy. Oh god. It's
Well-
gross.
Well, and also the funny moment where she just like literally is like, ew, gross, and then
and is picking up pieces of it and
Sticks
like
a fist
trying to
full in
like
her mouth.
reassemble it on the counter.
it's like you're in a motel. Why would you eat anything off? Anyways, yeah.
I may have yelled at the television. Just grab it. What are you doing?
It was really, really gross, man.
so many pieces of it. Yeah.
But yeah, so the
Yeah.
So anyways,
the
Decker's
hotel,
there,
yeah.
murders everybody.
Yeah.
Boone and Laurie come back. Boone is driven by his Nightbreed powers to start, in the book, eating a bunch of bodies. In the movie, drink a little blood. Just take a little sip on it, take some on his fingies and jam them down his throat.
Like all the way down there.
And then
Bypass that esophagus.
Yeah, just get it right into your stomach.
Just right into the stomach.
Get that
actually that might be a Cabal cut thing because it isn't that gross. I don't remember in the director's cut.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
It's-
I tried to make notes of what the Cabal thing, but
it's pretty
we'll get
gross,
into
but
it.
I mean, I think we're maybe exaggerating.
He definitely, his fingers, they get in there.
They go way down.
Okay.
They go way
That
down.
blood, yeah.
Maybe I looked away. I don't maybe.
Most of the Cabal stuff starts at the interrogation. That's when it was like bigger and bigger chunks, other than just a few shots.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay. Well, so then from there, Laurie escapes, but Boone is arrested because he is consumed by bloodlust. And then Laurie has to work with Narcisse. I'm never going to
They
say
kind of
his
say
name.
Narcisse and Narcissus.
Yeah, right. They
depending-
go back and forth, right?
Well,
Because I also listened to the audiobook, who I think also says everything different.
Oh, really? Well, that's the thing too. Is like
Also, Baphomet, I've never heard anyone. I thought it was Baphomet.
that's what I was going to say.
Baphomet made
so
was-
weird in the
I was
movie
like
to me.
for it to be like a non-French thing,
French
and
Canadian.
be like Baphomet.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't think that's how you say that.
No one
but-
says it like that. dude.
But yeah, so they break him out of jail, which then gives the police cause to bring a whole fucking army and
Right.
and-
Is it
I mean,
in-
there's more because he's like send a few out to check out the cemetery,
Right.
and they get fucked up, and then or their car gets fucked up, or
In the movie, their car gets fucked up.
Yeah.
In the book, they're just like, we'll just get more people to help kill them all.
Right. They like round up an army.
Yeah.
Well, also
in the movie, they're kind of trapped, and so they're like, "Oh, we might as well just kill everyone we see." I guess.
we are the police, so it's kind of our move.
Yeah. The Sons of the Free.
Yeah, the escape is pretty cool.
I do actually almost wonder if, like, in the original novella, like he's like Clive Barker's like, not enough people are getting the social satire I'm trying to put forward, so I'll just make it clear that the cops just love murdering the fuck out of people, and just make that as clear as possible.
Well, they say it like they're different, ain't they? That's all we need
Yeah,
to like murder them, and it's like
these
Jesus Christ,
damn
man.
fucking Mounties.
Yeah.
Get off your horse, all right? And your big hats.
Yeah, they should have
Anyways,
been more Canadian, those cops.
They
huh?
should have.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody should have been really.
Like
If
the
they're
red
rural
coat and everything,
Canadian,
you know?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
insane.
Ride a moose in,
They
sure.
do. Does anyone remember the name of the crazy super racist cop? He's good.
Which one?
The one with the
Eingman or something?
Yeah, Eigerman.
Eichmann?
Something like that.
Basically a Nazi name. He was
Yeah.
like, give this man who's chomping a cigar the entire movie.
Yeah.
That's good. I liked that. Also, I was going to say his escape from prison is pretty cool because they go back with Smoke Lady. right? In the movie.
Yeah, I forget her name. The Roma lady.
Yeah, the lady who Babette's...
It's Rachel in the book.
Rachel in the book. Yeah, who is Babette's mom. That's right, Rachel. I just think of her as smoke lady. But she like turns to smoke, and then like a cop shoots another cop through her smoke. That was pretty cool as hell. Anyways, some good stuff in there. But anyway, so then all the cops
in you enjoyed your time with this movie.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut your.
Okay.
All
right.
Shut up.
The truth will come out.
To get Boone out of prison, in the book anyway, Laurie had to they had to have some business.
Oh, you mean the full sex scene?
Oh,
the full on.
The
out of nowhere,
multiple page sex scene.
Yeah, where he's like, no, I can't go on. There's no reason to get me out. And she's like, what about this?
I know, and it's like, you guys know what you're here for, right? To get out of this place.
To be fair, they did establish early on that they never had good sex. This is part of the character arc.
Sure.
Now they can physically express their love.
I don't know.
He has a reason to go on.
Breaking out of prison is the time to have full on sex scene, but
everyone in that prison was dead.
Yeah,
they killed everyone.
Good point,
I think. I'm actually not sure.
I will also say that like
Narcisse.
No, that
he warned them.
Yeah.
No fucky fuck.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Every line
the first thing they do.
In the book, he's like, no time for fucky.
Wow.
And then
he just breaks rules left and right.
Yeah.
You can't follow a single rule. Boom.
I love that in the movie they soften it to no time for hoochie coochie.
Yeah. Even though the narcissist in the movie is like just full on punk rock the whole movie.
Yeah.
That
just
guy's
line after line. I'm like,
an incredible actor, Hugh Ross, doing unbelievable work.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Also, they establish in the movie that he is an actor. Do you remember in the scene when they meet? He's like, "I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I have to show you my secret face. It's a mask." And I was like, "Oh, he's an actor in the movie. That's why he's so big."
They
right
also
now.
tie him having personal beef with Dr. Decker.
Well, yeah, because he's like there because
he was like, "You ruined me." Like he's part of the reason why he's so fucked up, I think.
Oh, that could make sense. Yeah, that does add up. Well, yeah, because he like gets like alone time with him in the movie where he's like to like try to get information out of him about where Boone's going, which I assume is also like.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's like
he tells the cop, "I'm going to need to be alone."
I'm going to need to be alone,
and they're like, "Yeah, okay, sure,
nah, whatever."
Yeah,
go for it.
I might poke some fingers and some sinew to get some info out of this guy or whatever.
Hey, look, what?
Honestly,
this
they'd be
is
all
Canada.
for it.
We don't have civil rights up here, so
apparently,
do whatever you want. Yeah, they really trust Decker implicitly. Even when he's like, he's got a gun, and they're like, "Where's the gun?" He's like, "Oh, he just put his hand in his jacket."
Oh man, that scene where he's just like talking to him, and then immediately it's like, "He's got a gun." And he's like,
and
"Wait, what?"
50 guys just. Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, this giant army of men who are ready to kill the Nightbreed are returning to Midian, and then a big battle ensues. Right? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much there's a big battle.
And
it's,
so
it's the
so
townsfolk chasing out Frankenstein kind of shit.
kind of deal.
Yeah. And so then the Nightbreed are forced out of their home. They're basically exiled. There's a diaspora, and basically the god Baphomet charges. And Mr. Lylesburg, who's kind of in charge, but like feels kind of irrelevant in both versions of the story.
He's kind of like a puppet leader, maybe.
Yeah, is like
Rachel's really pulling the strings. Her and Babette.
you brought the humans here. You made them ruin our home. You got to find us a new home.
But first, you need to blast a load on my face.
Yeah.
Then go save Nightbreed.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I believe it says ejaculating into the fire. If I'm not mistaken, was the actual line.
I literally forgot about.
It's pretty wild.
The God orgasm in the book. Jesus.
Is that part of fulfilling the prophecy?
Yeah. We also forgot a character that was brought up in the jail scene. It's the priest.
Oh yes, right. The priest who is like.
In the book, he's like a cross-dresser, maybe something more. But in the book, he's like an alcoholic, and they're not really sure.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm going to go with you and be like your guiding spiritual light or something. Yeah. Because this is a holy battle.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I think he was a little more interesting in the book. And in the movie, it seemed like Clive Barker being like, well, this could be a franchise, and I need to set up another villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
a villain who in all counts is like, you should be with them, man. It seems like you're on board all the way through.
Well, and Boone saves his life at one point.
Yeah, and
in
he's
the
like,
movie.
yeah, so I got to kill them all. And it's like, what?
Well, because he gets like the Baphomet blood splashed on him or Lauberg blood,
He gets
and then
the God orgasm backsplash.
Yeah, it gets back on it. Oh my god! And now I'm transforming. Yeah, the priest is cool. He's good. So yeah, well, and then in the movie, right? Like they have to release the berserkers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Berserkers.
Yeah, so
And
there's
they turn the tide of the
there's
battle.
a lot more specific creatures and Nightbreed in the movie than there is in the book. Because in the book, it's definitely more about what is it? Just like Laurie and Boone and sort of like them coming together.
It's still a little menage a trois with Decker.
Kind of.
Yeah. You know? Just me?
Yeah.
But clearly when he went to make the movie, Barker was more like, hey, I want to have fun with like more monsters, you know, like Hellraiser. Whee!
Well, also in the book, even as I was reading, I'm like, oh, so he's going to have he's doing this to get like the fucked up stuff that he wants in this movie real bad. Like it's such a proof of concept to be like, no, I can describe cool monster. I can describe a cool monster scene. Yeah. And then once he got the funding, he's like, and then there's going to be a million of them.
I mean, yeah, it's like the Star Wars Cantina scene times 3,000.
Yeah.
Just freak after freak
and they
after
all
freak.
get moments to be like, well, I'm armed too.
Wasn't there a guy who was like, it almost made
Talking about
it
the
seem
human
like
shit
there
guy?
was two of them that were. Was it him? No, there was like two of them that were always together.
Oh, like
And the way they shot it,
Yeah.
it made it seem like they were attached but would separate.
I think they kind of are in the book. I
we
think
doing
one
that?
like
So weird.
disappears into shadow or something like that. It's the
One of
two
them looked
gross
like a
guys.
demon.
The two that he meets when he first goes to Midian, or the different
Maybe.
two guys? Because there's the two guys who meets Peloton or something.
Pelican?
Peloton.
No, not them, not them.
Oh, not them, okay.
It's in them.
Yes, the
one
guy's
of them, he's got
fighting.
like earrings, and then the other one's a demon. And
yeah.
they look like they're really. It's strange. It's just weirdly shot. It must be something they cut and they didn't get their other stuff. I don't know, but
Yeah.
just a weird group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nightbreed, they're a real weird group of people.
Weird group of people.
As the trailer told us, this time the bad guys are the good guys.
It looks a lot like hell, but they call it home.
There goes the neighborhood.
They're not pretty. They're not neighborly.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
They're not even human. But this time, they're the good guys. From the imagination of Clive Barker comes Nightbreed.
I mean, that's it. Yeah. So then basically, right, they're like, you are the answer to the prophecy and find us a new home, Boone. Get after it, pal. Oh, and then also, by the way, your name's now Cabal.
Yeah.
Right.
A little more reverence than that, but yeah, essentially, yes.
Oh, I thought he said it like as he was like leaving. He was like, oh, and you're now Cabal.
No, he's like, your name is now
yeah, by the way.
By the way, I should mention, you go by Cabal now.
Oh, did he hear me? He's gone. Oh,
he's
shoot.
he's
gone.
He's on a motorcycle. There's no way he
dang
heard
it.
me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's over here stabbing herself. He's got other things on his
There's a
mind.
lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely left some stuff out, but yeah, basically. That's
feel
Well,
it.
we got more room to talk.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I kind of wanted to get us through it.
Yeah, but that's it. That's the plot. That's your classic. You know, there's only 7 stories,
Yep.
and Nightbreed is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what did
The best of them.
I guess we'll start with you, Garon. Like, what did you think of like the difference in styles between the book and the movie? Because like I feel like that was the most dramatic difference to me, is that like they feel like they're in different styles even though they're telling very much the same story.
It's hard to say that because this movie, even the director's cut, it feels so choppy that I don't think any scene really flows correctly into the other one. And from the book, Boone is crazy at the start.
Yeah.
Like he is disturbed from the jump.
Yeah,
And he's not like that in the book. He's fine. Like, why are you even seeing a doctor?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
totally fine. You
He
got a
even
hot
calls him.
girlfriend,
He's
you
like,
got a
no, I'm
dog."
good.
Right, exactly. Which
Yeah,
was an
what-
interesting change.
Yeah.
He's coming
It's
back
just
into my life.
Weird.
I got that Decker guy out of here, but now he's coming back. I can't stop him.
It makes sense in the book for Decker to pick Boone to be his patsy. In the movie, it's just like, you're the closest fit I got. So you're a killer now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, he feels much more like teetering on the edge in the book for sure. Yeah.
Teetering? He's hanging on by a finger.
Yeah. Yes.
I was saying too, it was interesting. I don't remember if there was any physical description in the book or not, but my image of Decker, the one that's described in the book, is more like the dad from the Iron Claw, just that sort of like bulky man, steel jaw, crew cut hair, who's just like a Frank Miller character who's just like, I like murder.
No, not at all, man.
And then David Cronenberg is just like quiet psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of
I saw the movie
willowy
first, so I just saw Cronenberg.
So you always see Cronenberg when you... Okay.
I think I might have also watched the trailer first, so I similarly was like, oh, Matthew, Cronenberg, who I also said to you, Justin, is that it kind of looks like a willowy Matthew Modine.
Oh, sure.
Kind of cuts that kind of figure, which I was like, damn, this guy should be in front of the camera more often.
Yeah.
Good looking fella. He could do it.
So wait, am I the only one who did book first then movie, or?
Well, I'm talking about like in my youth when I've seen the movie multiple times.
No, I know.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, I just watched the trailer and then I read the book and then I watched the movie.
Okay.
But I just was like interested. I don't know. I was just like, what's this trailer? Yeah.
What about you, Garon? How did you come to it?
I believe I saw the movie first. Well, because I watched the Cabal thing a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I think because when I was reading the book for this, I was like, have I read this before? And I'm pretty sure I read most of it. I don't know if I ever finished it, but so I guess to answer your question, I saw the movie first.
Like in a way that like stuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really picture. I guess I did picture him as Cronenberg because I'd already seen him that way. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then was everyone
in our
else
heads
disappointed that they didn't get Aaron Boone to play Aaron Boone?
No, just you.
No, none of us know who Aaron Boone is.
Because the whole time I was like, Aaron Boone, manager of the Yankees. What's he doing up in rural Canada? It makes no sense to me. Anyways.
He's just unhinged.
One thought I did have, and it's funny because like really literally before reading or watching anything, I had just seen the like digital poster image of Nightbreed that is Craig Sheffer in the middle and then just surrounded by monsters. Is that in the book, it's so much of it is not Boone's story. Like he gets the beginning, and then the moments when he's with Laurie, but really like Laurie is driving it. And I was I was like, how are they going to do it? And it's like, oh well, we give him more to do in the movie.
Yeah. I kind of liked her motivation in the book. Is like she doesn't get to see his body, so she's like always looking for him, and that's the reason why she starts her investigation. Yeah. Or in this one, they're like, oh, there he is. And then she's like, I want to kind of go a place where he lost his mind. It's like, why?
Yeah. Well, I think it's also, and again, I guess it's the jump from book to movie and I guess the sanding off the rougher edges of those two characters. Because she's also described as a person who's not doing great, right? I mean, like in the book, like if he's barely hanging off the edge, she's maybe one step above him, and that they've just kind of like these two lucky people who found each other, and then you meet them and like, he's holding down a great job. He seems like a good guy. She's singing at the lounge all the time,
where people are learning to clap for the first time. Like, what?
I mean,
I watched that scene like 3 times.
I mean, it really has to be like the influence of David Lynch or in like Blue Velvet or something. Because even without like Twin Peaks yet, because like in the book, I pictured Laurie as more of like a Waffle House waitress or something.
Like a very mousy,
not as like an assured,
outgoing performer type.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also, I think, just like a cinematic choice, right?
Well, I think a lot of movies are like people have to have interesting jobs for some reason. Like they can't have normal.
Yeah, I mean that's also like just like a person singing a song is like the like a thing that people have been doing in movies forever, right? You're just like, what do we do? We give her a musical number. Yeah. Like they've done that since the 30s, so it's like, why not just do it again here? I guess I don't know, but it's
she was feeling that performance. Too.
She's in it.
Like her expressions are out of this world. She was ready for Nightbreed as well.
Well. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. So that was interesting. Yeah, I felt like they definitely round them a little bit and don't make them as like truly feeling like they're on practically the fringes of society.
But one of my things in both the book and the movie is that I guess I don't really they're just already madly in love, and I don't know, I kind of want like some step of like, why, like, what did you find about each other, what brought you to each other? Like, I don't need like a full 30-minute like backstory of them finding each other, but I don't know, just something more than, no, this just is.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me that much.
They also, in the book, they weren't perfect to each other, right? They were, like you said earlier, their sex wasn't that great until they did it in a jail cell, apparently.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
So there isn't anything that really sells that we're soulmates and I have to, everything I am is you now. Like, why is that? Where did that come from?
It's like both the book and the movie are like, there's no time. They're just in love. There's no time. They're in love.
Yeah, definitely a lot of compression.
I don't know.
He never came back to these characters, right?
I think, I don't know, actually. I feel like he must have in like some short story probably. But yeah, I don't know. It really, both the book and the movie are like, there's going to be more.
Right.
Yeah, well, so I guess should we talk about the alternate endings, right? Because, like, isn't there a version where...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, does Decker come back in the Cabal cut? Because he does not in the director's cut.
No, he does not.
But I think I thought he... Oh,
in
maybe...
in the theatrical cut, he is resurrected by the blood of...
Right, the priest.
Oh.
Interesting. That's not in the book, though, right?
No.
Because it's the priest guy that's, like, the end of the book. He's like...
Yeah.
We got to stop them, or whatever he was saying.
Yeah. I didn't quite understand the weird like relationship that was between the priest and the cop at the end of the book, where it's like they're both in a weird traumatized like.
I think it's literally just like these are, the pillars of like quote unquote normal society banding together to make sure whatever stands in for freaks in this movie, we're gonna like destroy it, get rid of it.
Yeah, wow.
You could put any outcast.
Nice read on symbology. I like the symbol. That was good.
Well, it's all there.
Good read. Yeah, that was good.
I have a question. Did any of the sex stuff feel
titillating?
Hot? Yeah, I was going to say. Did it actually feel hot?
I mean, I love Porcupine Lady seducing those guys to their death in the movie.
Well, but I mean, like in the book.
Oh, in the book.
Like any of the like lengthy description. Like, did any of it feel like? Or
well,
just
let me tell
horrifying?
You, don't listen to the audiobook and pull up to a gas station and have that scene just roll on. Because I was just like, oh, holy shit, gotta turn that down. Oh, my God.
Because in addition to jail sex, there's and God come, there's the motel masturbation scene where Laurie's like...
Where she's treating herself.
Yeah. She's like,
it's pretty much phrased like that. She's like, you deserve this.
Yeah, a moment where you go, men really don't get women. They just really don't.
No, women do masturbate, Tyler. I don't know if you know this. It is something
after what just she went through, but okay, maybe.
Well, I mean, she's pretty casual about literally everything.
I guess that's right.
Even including walking over snakes when she's going into the. I mean, come on, man. No way.
Well, yeah, she goes to that burned out building, which is crazy. Yeah. That's a good. I mean, honestly, that was a great scene in the book. I was surprised it didn't make it, but I guess it was just we got to keep this train rolling. Sort of thing.
I did miss the psychological or telekinetic connection between Babette and Laurie that was in the book because she saved
There's
Babette's
more
life.
of that in the Cabal cut.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, like almost every time when she's thinking, like cuts to grainy work print and they're like talking to each other a little bit.
Oh, that's
there was
cool.
a bunch of those like scenes like randomly.
Huh. Well, I missed it.
Yeah, sorry. Should have watched the Cabal cut, man.
I just realized, Justin, when you asked that question, that the closer that Laurie gets to Midian, the more sexualized she becomes.
Yeah.
Like when she had that masturbation scene, like we've never seen her in that kind of a mode, but that kind of almost animalistic, like sexuality. And then when she fully kind of embraces it and goes to save Boone, she's full on in it. You know what I mean? And I think that sort of freakness or animalist or whatever you want to consider the Nightbreed to be kind of starts to take over her.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or it was in there all along.
or it was there all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Clive Barker
It's okay to be freak nasty. It's fine.
Clive Barker's all like, forgive yourself, give in to your Nightbreed, let's do this.
I mean, yes,
Yep.
truly. I mean, I do think that is.
Yeah, not a bit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
his kind of his thing anyway.
That is kind of his thing, yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. I just have random. I don't have anything.
Yeah, do you have any big thoughts you wanted to share, Garon?
It's fascinating to me whether or not you liked the movie or the novella or whatever. What Clive Barker is the best at is creating these worlds that you kind of are drawn to a little bit. Like, I love the lore of this, and it makes me think like there's so much more to what this could be that we never got. I mean, I guess he wanted to make a trilogy or something, but
Yeah,
I just love the world it creates. Maybe if the execution, for whatever reason, because of studio interference or whatever the story is, we didn't really get a full experience.
And that's the frustrating thing too, is that even I guess in the director's cut there's more footage of the like Mos Eisley of just like that underworld, all the different characters. Sorry, I was laughing at you laughing. But like I feel like even the footage that we have is frustratingly like oblique or like too far away, and it's just kind of like not that I like want to like luxuriate in every grotesque detail, but it's
certainly not.
But I kind of would like to be like a little bit like, oh, like that's that kind of guy. Oh, that's kind of creature. Oh, that's kind of.
I will say in the Cabal cut when they're massacring everyone at the end, that is considerably longer.
Oh yeah,
like you see them shoot multiple people we've seen, and it's like, oh my god, it's like really hammering the message.
Oh yeah, it was a bummer when that one guy got all burned up, and the guy with the dog, and the dog runs away.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yes.
favorite.
Yeah.
Little hippie boy.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was great.
Talk about a character who did not deserve the fate they got.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because
he's like clutching the what is he, FBI?
Oh, detective.
Detective.
Yeah.
He's like clutching his like foot, and he's like, no, I'm sorry. Even me, I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Because like in the book, it's just like he only gets a name as like they drag out Onaka, but like here we're introduced to Onaka.
Yeah.
He seems like a friendly guy. He's kind of like when Laurie's trying to find her way through the underworld to like see if she can see Boone. Like Onaka's like, here, let me show you. Like he doesn't talk, but. I did actually look up that guy. I've forgotten his name now, but he's one of the Cenobites in Hellraiser, but he's actually the Butterball Cenobite. So
it's better than CD head Cenobite.
I guess that's true. But just like
unbelievable.
I almost wonder
so lazy.
Sorry. If he's like,
sorry.
If like Clive Barker is like, I'll put you in the next one, and don't worry, we won't put you under like layers and layers of prosthetics. In fact, you'll just be naked.
Yeah, he's wearing the least out of everyone.
Wait, Doug Bradley was in this too, wasn't he?
Yeah,
who did he play? Does anybody know?
He played Mr. Lylesburg. He played the like.
Oh, okay. I did not know that was him.
This sort of like would-be leader of everything. Yeah. But I agree, it did not look like Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
No, I have no clue that was him.
I feel it was like also the lead. You said, isn't it Craig
Sheffer?
Craig Sheffer. Just looks too much like an action figure to me. Like he's just like he looks like a human action figure doll, man.
That's how everyone looked in the 90s.
He's so like smooth, and his jawline is so severe that I
can't help his jawline.
Hey, I'm just saying. I don't know. I didn't from the jump. I was like, this man. Why is he so depressed?
Yeah, this guy fucks for sure.
Yeah, how has he not been discovered and put in a movie in rural Canada yet? But he just there's like
two together.
He's really two put together at the beginning of the movie, and I do. There was like almost like a distancing quality where I'm just like, this isn't what a normal guy looks like.
Yeah,
I have just immediately I felt distance.
I
from
think
him.
that does feel like a studio thing. Like we have to start from some place of normalcy, I guess, so that when he becomes who he becomes, Cabal, it feels like progression
or something. Yeah. Can he be jacked?
Yeah. Can he just be absolutely fucking
shredded? Can he be shredded up in the 8-pack maybe? From all his welding.
Can you have him answer the phone getting out of the shower?
Yeah,
that's what we want to see.
When this guy kisses, he swallows your whole face. It's gonna be great. Oh, also the cops rip out little hippie guys like nipple clamps in the movie, and I was just like, Jesus, that's so brutal. Because as far as they know, he's just a guy in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Like they don't know anything. Sorry. Yeah.
So just a quick rundown of things that made me want to vomit.
Well, it's got to be tummy face guy, turd man.
Don't like him, didn't like him. So Narcisse cuts his fucking face off.
Yeah.
But then we meet him and he's like already starting to like heal back up, but it's like mostly like scar tissue is how it's described in the book. The thing about it in the movie is that it's always wet. It's always
he's probably
damp and moist.
He's pre-cutting before you see him.
It's so
he's
slick
recutting that face every time.
looking. It's so absolutely off-putting how like glisteningly moist it is. It's horrendous.
It's very similar to Frank in Hellraiser when he was just flesh.
Yeah.
That wet, muscly sort of whatever.
Ugh.
Wait, have you seen Hellraiser?
No.
Oh, buddy.
Of course.
Oh,
we should do that
boy.
at some point.
We're gonna meet up again for the Hellbound Heart for sure.
Oh, buddy. I feel faint.
Yeah.
And then also
Jesus
whenever Boone got like his weird NIGHTBREED like tribal branded. Yeah, I mean honestly,
Like
cultural
hieroglyphics.
appropriation. We should probably cancel this.
Sure.
Like tribal branded face. That just upset me for some reason.
They're kind of like glyphs, you know?
It's pretty gross looking, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there is that great moment again where it's like filmmaking's magic, where he just he's got it on and then he like puts his hand in his face and then comes back and he's normal again. I was like, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's good stuff.
All right, big final thoughts, and then we'll do the round where we talk about did we like the book, did we like the movie, which did we like better, and we can of course expound in that section too. But any big final thoughts before we get there?
My favorite character was Narcisse.
He's cool.
Every scene he's
great
in
actor
is
in both versions.
They give him
Yeah.
the best lines, and he's having the time of his life. Like he's in pain, and he's like, I want to go to like my heaven, and he gets there, and he's like, yeah, this is exactly what I thought it'd be. This fucking rocks. But yeah, I don't know. I like how weird both the movie and the book. The book feels more like more fairy tale-ish, more gothic, I guess, whereas the movie is just a straight freak show, which is like my wheelhouse. I don't have any like great grand thoughts that we haven't brought up. I'm sure like a lot of tiny ones, but I love how one of the guys, I forget his name, looks like the McDonald's moon guy.
Oh,
What's his name?
yeah,
Something
Mac Tonight.
Yeah. Every time I saw him, I kept thinking of that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Some studio guy is like, can we get a Mac Tonight in here? Give me a moon face Mac Tonight guy.
Just put shades on him and it would have been there.
What about you, Garon? Any big final thoughts before we do the last round?
See, this kind of genre, like this sort of world beneath ours genre I love that. I love the idea that you can open a door and there's another realm right in front of you. And I enjoyed the book. The movie's fine. I just wish it wasn't fucked with so much. I wish we could have gotten the actual what Clive Barker really wanted us to be without getting it all chopped up and ruined. But there is a series apparently coming out, so at least we can maybe look forward to that.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
You might look forward to it, but I don't know. I see Clive Barker stuff. It always makes me feel like I want to experience a lot of what that world is, but not. Sometimes
I feel like he gives you
great.
just enough to like imagine on your own.
Yeah, like there's
like he just gives you a hint of what's actually happening.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and he's sort of like a show that gets canceled in the second season.
Yeah,
like where's the rest of it? What's coming up next? Where's So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel if it's a fun read and a fun watch, but I don't know. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I just had one more thing because I was like kind of fascinated because I was like, I don't really know.
Do not
David
mention the Aaron
Cronenberg
Boone again
as an actor. Well, so the thing is, in 2003, Aaron Boone hit a home run. Okay. David Cronenberg. I was like, I don't think I had seen him act in anything, before this.
Into the Night, baby.
Well, so he does do that as a favor to John Landis. You are correct. Well done, nailed it right on the head. Yeah. That's the only thing he's in before this that he didn't himself direct. And then he's in stuff later, like in To Die For, where he's like, I just showed up for like a few days as like a favor to, because it was happening in Toronto. This is like his longest role he ever acted in. It was 3 months in London. And it's funny because there was an interview with him where he was like, people would always ask me after I acted, and I could never find like how, like if Clive Barker was just like, knew David Cronenberg and was like, I'd love for you to act in this. Like, there's no confirmation of how he got cast, but he was always like,
I think Cronenberg mentioned in an interview. I think it is something essentially like that.
He was just like, I think you're a creepy guy and I want you to be in my movie.
Yeah.
The highest compliment you could pay.
Yeah.
And, but I did love because he's like, people would always ask me, do I have more respect for an actor after having been like such a big part of a movie? Because everything else I did was really small. And he's like, for years, I just said, absolutely not. But now, of course I do. That was really hard. It was super isolating, and I felt bad all the time. So, anyways, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so the first round is, did we like the book? And we'll start with you, Garon, and of course you can provide comments as well. Did you like the book?
I did. Yes. I liked, like I said, I liked the lore of it. I liked the world it was building. It was interesting enough that it left me like, what? Well, where's the rest of it? Give me more, give me part 2, give me, more of the Nightbreed.
Nice. Allan.
Yeah, I like the book. Yeah, end of story.
Tyler.
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Wow.
It's well written. It honestly
it
didn't
is.
bother. It didn't bother me as much as the movie, honestly.
Because you
I knew it would.
group texted us that you were going to murder Allan for making him read this book.
Yeah.
That could have been about anything. Oh, the book. Yeah, I guess I did say the book. Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, actually, I kind of came around on it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I agree. I think it's very intense, like very unsettling. But yeah, I think Clive Barkered it up, and I enjoyed it. All right, second round. Did we like the movie, Garon?
I do. It does have a little bit of a special place in my heart. As choppy as it seems, I still enjoy it. I love that early 90s sort of.
Amen, man.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
It held a special place. So yeah, I also the fact that it has such a huge underground loyal following speaks to there's something there that has captivated enough people that they dug up an entire
lot of freaks
2
out
hours
there,
of
man.
additional material.
A lot of freaks out there.
That is true.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love this movie. Same thing, special place in my heart. But I always will respect a movie that tries for too much and fails than to not try for anything at all. I love me a fiasco. And this movie is 100% fiasco all the way through.
Nice. Tyler.
Well, this movie has a special place, not in my heart, anywhere for me, anywhere at all. It was fine. I would recommend it for just like, you should probably see it, but I don't know if it's like good. Personally,
Yeah.
for me,
Interesting.
not. It was like I could appreciate. What it was
I also
doing.
don't know if it's a good movie. I think it's a fascinating movie, though.
Sure,
To me.
I appreciate the craftsmanship, the like level of craftsmanship and work that went into it, into a movie that's like okay at best.
I can't debate that argument either.
People slaved away for hours to make that look as just as okay as it could possibly
damning
be.
with praise, this guy.
Yeah, I would say that, like, for whatever reason, the cinematography, like, especially like outside of Midian, it seemed like they took sets from Labyrinth and then just like lit it like Labyrinth, and it was not the like cemetery outside Midian that was in my mind.
Oh,
No.
no, not at all. There was no towering
Mausoleums
city.
and no.
And it did not look like real stone. Every time he was leaning against anything, I was
You were like,
man.
oh, don't lean so hard. You're going to break it. It's going to snap right through it. It's cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
once,
you know what they're going for.
Yeah,
sure.
I think once I understood that, I think Clive Barker's intention is to go for something campier.
Yeah.
That once I realized that was the movie we were watching, because at first it was a shift, like having not really been exposed to this apart from just reading the book literally a half hour before I clicked on the movie. Like it was a shift because I feel like the book is very dark, very gothic, very intense, very bloody. And the movie has gore and weird, fantastical, surreal images and sort of like horrific stuff, but it feels much lighter, much campier, literally
more
lighter.
ooey gooey.
Like it's brighter. Like
Yeah.
I'm picturing like The Crow, and this is not The Crow kind of thing.
I think it would have been more successful if he would have kind of kept the tone of Hellraiser. Because that sort of darkness is what we don't need. This isn't Alice in Wonderland as much as it kind of feels like it might want to be. It shouldn't be that playful. It shouldn't be that light because we don't get to see enough of the civilization to earn that lightness. You know what I mean? These are supposed to be evil creatures that live under the ground that we're supposed to fear. We don't get enough time to learn otherwise, and it just kind of gets thrown at us that it's that, like you said, that light, quote unquote.
Yeah. But that said, I do agree. Like I would give it on just a thumbs up, thumbs down scale. I would definitely give it a thumbs up. All right. Here's the real nitty gritty. Which is better of the two? Garon, you're our first vote. Which is better of the two, the book or the movie?
I think the book does a better job of giving us that world, whereas the movie, it like you were saying, the movie lightens it up and makes it a little bit too easy, I think. Whereas the book kind of has that meat and that, lots of meat flowing everywhere.
Very meaty.
It's just meat now.
It's very meaty, beefy. Cabal has the meats.
Yeah.
To steal from Arby's. I definitely think the book is stronger.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do think the book is better, but if I'm being real with myself, I love the movie so much more. Probably because I saw it first. This is like Tyler seeing Sisters Brothers first before reading that excellent book.
Sure.
I feel like I get it now. I'm on the other side. I just like the movie. I love the movie more than the book, even though I think the book is without a doubt better.
Hey, Allan, could you do me a favor?
I'm not going to say you're right if that's what you're asking.
Could you just grow up a little bit?
No,
maybe
I
face
refuse
facts.
to. I cannot. Sorry. Nope. Mm-mm.
Don't listen to the little boy inside of you. Listen to the man that you are today, my friend.
Nope. Babette says no.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty startling difference in tone between these two things, considering it's adapted by the guy who wrote the original, which is the first time we've done that, which is pretty cool. I think that's an interesting thing to know.
The actual reason I did it, other than to piss you off.
Yeah.
We didn't really get into it, but like not only did he write the screenplay, he directed the film as well.
Yeah,
So,
and wrote the novella. I mean, he did everything. So he is the creative force behind all of every property of
And
this.
I think
in
next
every
we're
way.
doing Exorcist 3, we're doing another writer becoming a director,
Starring Patrick Ewing, another New York sports legend. We can get into it.
Oh, God damn it.
He also did Lord of Illusions, though. Didn't he write it and direct Lord of Illusions too?
Yeah, well, and Hellraiser as well, but
And Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So it's the first one we've done like that, where it's like truly a creative. It's not someone interpreting another person's work. It's they're interpreting their own work and trying to get it from page to screen.
Until those fat cat executives just ruined it all, man.
Yeah.
You'd
Morgan
think that
Creek,
Hellraiser,
you bastards.
I'd have thought that Hellraiser would have given him a little bit more.
Well, he
leeway.
said
Cachet,
it in an
maybe.
interview I read. I didn't get to read all of it, but he was talking about how he was going to do this project with the studio, and the president was fired or moved out, and the new guy was like, "The monsters are the good guys? What the fuck?" And it was like an uphill battle from then on. Yeah. So it's like a changing of the guard that kind of like just fucked
That
this
makes
movie.
sense.
Many projects go down that way. So I would say, tonally, and just in terms of, I mean, Clive Barker, like as a writer of novellas and short fiction, is really tremendous. I think it was like really engaging and, like you said, gothic, and like it holds its tone and was deeply unsettling. So I would probably personally say the novella was stronger. And that, you know, the movie's out there. So read the book.
The movie is the fever dream of someone trying to relay what they read in the book years previously.
That's a fair point. Yeah. I imagine it's exactly what you would have made if you would have been asked to adapt this today, having read the book when you were a child.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I also think that our world today, even by Hollywood standards, would be more welcoming to the original tone.
Agreed.
Completely.
Than it would in the heyday of the Freddys and the Jasons and the, you know, the silly, like not silly, but the wild slasher eras that we were like right in the middle of, or right ending, I guess, pretty much. But yeah, I definitely think it's ripe for a remake. And if that series happens, that's going to be cool. I hope.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I am not... I'm still not quite sure, so I'm going to talk it out a little bit.
Just go ahead and say
because I feel like
just go ahead and say the movie.
Because I feel like both of them aren't perfect, but what do I think stands up as sort of like a more unified work?
Justin, look at me. Just say the movie. Let's stalemate this.
Wow.
Let's stalemate.
Let's see if I have if I have more willpower than Allan with Allan guiding. Oh my god.
Just think of me. I'm your psychiatrist. I'm trying to help you understand what you feel.
We're going to play back the tapes, Justin. You know the locations of all the podcasts.
Oh, we forgot to mention his badass like office / home where he's got like the liquid fire waterfall shit on the side.
It's pretty cool. Yeah,
Here's what I'll say. I'm going to go by which is the thing that I would want to experience again.
I was literally going to ask you that question.
Yeah.
So I think I will go movie because I feel I feel like it would be a more interesting experience to unpack that movie again than the sort of intensity, and maybe it's just like my own like I can deal with some extremity but not a lot, that I would want to sort of like encounter the movie again. So yeah. So that's how I'm going to make that pick. So we have a tie, right? 2 movies, 2 books?
2, yeah.
So we've solved nothing.
Nope.
This was all a waste of time.
Well, my ongoing thesis is that Tyler is wrong. So if we consider that.
2 on 2. But I got Garon. We're good.
Yeah.
We're cool.
All right.
Can I say something that just occurred to me about Decker? Because he's like a very powerful, like again, you're saying
Dr. P. Decker.
Dr. P. Decker, who apparently is like the most powerful man in Calgary who can just take over a police investigation if he chooses to.
Yeah.
Who also seems to be very rich. Like, so a Canadian powerful psychologist. Does this guy become Jordan Peterson?
My God.
I mean, it's right
such
there,
build
folks.
up for that. Oh.
It's right there.
Oh, God.
Garon,
Why do
please,
we keep you around?
Garon, please.
Because you liked it.
Hold on. Garon, please tell folks where they can find you, where they can enjoy the things that you do, please.
You can find me everywhere at My Name is Garon, all one word, Garon, on Twitch, podcast on Never Not Funny, also How to Survive with Danielle and Christine. That's where I am. A book, I got 2 books on Amazon.
SkylightBooks.com.
Grab those if you want to. One's called The Darkest Hours, and the other one is Demonic and Other Tales, the short fiction of Garon Cockrell.
Do you know if
as if I'm immediately a name.
Well, we certainly would try to get them into our store, so that way.
I mean, I could just stand outside and just hand sell them.
Yeah, maybe we'll work up a little, outdoor street vendor situation for your book. But
Carnival
you know what? I'll come by and I'll sign a couple. And,
nice.
I'll say, "Scream for me, Skylight."
Well played. Cool. And we're not totally sure what we're doing for February yet, but please come back next month for Better Than the Movie, and come back every week for episodes of the Skylight Books podcast series. We got a lot of good things cooked up for you in 2024. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to this episode of the Skylight Books podcast series. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to check out the book featured in this episode, or others, please visit skylightbooks.com. If you're in the Los Angeles area, stop by for one of our live in-person author events. You can find a calendar on our website. If you like this podcast, leave us a review. It really helps us out. Our music is by Duck the Piano Wire. Till next time.